Well, part of my upbringing, despite what I just said about the leftist background, is that I had close to 9 years of Hebrew school, plus I was sent to Jewish summer camps, and this was the summer camps, early 1960s. So inevitably, I can't think of anything specific, but there was a lot that that filtered through in that part of my education. So there was one summer when I was sent to the so-called Hebrew-speaking unit of our summer camp, Camp Herzl in Webster, Wisconsin. It's still there. For whatever reason, and this was right after my bar mitzvah, I decided that I wanted to learn Torah trop. So that was one of the things that I did that summer at that camp. I didn't go much for canoes or for water skiing or outdoor sports or any of that stuff at the Jewish summer camps I went to. Later on, I took a more conscious interest, like in my last year of high school, took a more conscious interest in Jewish subjects. I'm not sure how it came about, but it was something that I just began to explore more than I had before. I had, personally, I had rebelled against, or quietly rebelled against, doing Jewish stuff. By this time, it was the period when I was in high school, the height of the Vietnam War, and given the political climate, it seemed so secondary to what was going on in America at that time to get involved in Jewish things. On the other hand, because I continued to go to Hebrew school and was a counselor in training at a Jewish camp as late as when I was 16, which is 1966, I wasn't ever completely out of the loop Jewishly in the community. And socially, in terms of who were my parents' friends, they were all Jewish, almost every last one of them. And so something Jewish got reinforced simply by the kind of socialization that I had being raised in that household. Now, I should add that my father, I won't call him a book collector, he was a book accumulator. And there were books in every room on every floor of a 3-story house, and in the basement too. And one of the rooms was the Judaica Room. So when I started getting interested in Jewish things, I could have full run of that room. What was in that room? My grandfather's set of the Jewish Encyclopedia, and in the early 70s, not after I was in high school, the Encyclopedia Judaica, Jewish classics, and mainly in English. There were a lot of translations from Yiddish literature into English in the library, so that's where I first read Mendele, Peretz, Shalom Aleichem in my father's library. And Opatoshu, that was there too. And then there were the complete set of the social and religious history of the Jews by Salo Baron, and that I don't think all 18 volumes eventually got published were there at that time, but whatever had been published. I read about 3 or 4 volumes, and then I got tired.